Hi everyone, my name is Courtney. I write under the pen names Lyra Parish, and I'm one half of the USA Today best-selling duo Kennedy Fox, and it is officially October, which means it is Preptober, which also means NaNoWriMo is right around the corner. By the time you see this video posted, I think you have a little bit over a week before it starts, which is still plenty enough time to get ready to write your first novel, or to write a new book, or to even work on several different projects. So Tamara asked me if I would like to be involved in Project Authortube again. I did it last year. I will post the video up above and down below in the description. Last year I talked about making realistic expectations for NaNoWriMo. Writing can be overwhelming. So if you haven't watched that video, I would like to encourage you to go check it out. It's still relevant today, and it might be relevant forever. And there are several other videos that other authors have created to help you be your best and prep for NaNoWriMo, and so I will put that down below in the description as well, so you can check everyone else's videos out too. NaNoWriMo is a competition with yourself to try to write 50,000 words between November 1st and November 30th. I did my first NaNoWriMo in 2011, and I am a firm believer that I would maybe not be where I am today without participating in Nano. Nano gave me the self-confidence that I needed to complete a project. I started writing in 2011. I would get to the 15 to 20,000 word mark and I would just trash it and start all over, and I did that for about 10 months. And I was just at a loss. I was like, I want to write a book, but I really don't think I'm cut out to do this because I can't finish anything. I start projects, I leave them. I have shiny object syndrome, which I like to think of as, ooh, I got a new book idea. Let me write that one because it's more exciting than what I'm currently working on. And so I just had a plethora of projects all around 15,000 words, and it was very frustrating for me. I didn't have any friends who wrote. Self-publishing was very new back then. It was a thing, but it wasn't like as big as it is now. I didn't know what to do, and it was October of 2011, and me being the competitive person that I am, Googles writing competitions, and guess what came up? The NaNoWriMo website. And so I started reading about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a whole community of people. There's hashtags on Twitter. Like, I want to do this. No one understands in my life like that. I really want to write this book. I signed up on the website and committed. I was like, I am going to write a book in a month, which seems insane because I just spent the last 10 months trying to write a book and couldn't do it. Halfway through the month, I wanted to give up, and I just thought that I wasn't going to be able to finish. You know, it gets in your head. And then I was like, you know what? You're making excuses for yourself again, and you signed up for this and you need to do it. I ended up finishing like an hour before the deadline, uploaded my manuscript, and they used to play a video for you. I felt like I had essentially ran a marathon. I cried. I'm a very emotional person, guys. I don't think y'all understand. I'm a Virgo. I am literally the saddest, happiest person, and also the meanest, nicest person you will ever meet in your life. I saw that on a meme and I was like, that is so me. Anyway, I cried and I was so excited, and I couldn't believe that I had actually done it. Now, was the book amazing? Absolutely not. I did not write in chapters. Who knew? So it's just one long ass book. There are no chapters whatsoever. I ended up doing edits on it, and I got a publishing contract on it, which, guys, I don't even know. And spoiler alert, the book never got published because I pulled out of my contract, but it had opened up so many opportunities for me. It had given me the self-confidence that I really needed at that point in my new little author wannabe life to finish a book. I will always be team NaNoWriMo. I will always encourage people to try it out because it did literally change my life. Now, have I ever won Nano since 2011? I literally have not. It seems that when November rolls around, I'm never in writing mode. This year I will be, but I do not have 50,000 words to write, and I am under major deadline with 2 books being released back to back. So I will not be participating in Nano this year, but that does not mean I don't have some good tips for all of you who are going to be writing and trying to make the goal. If you want to be a Nano rebel, which means you essentially kind of do your own thing. You're trying to hit 50,000 words, but you may be counting edited words. You may be counting words that you are writing in like 3 different projects. You may be doing a bunch of short stories. You may be doing something that is not the 50,000 words in a novel role. And that's okay. Nano is full of community. There are tons of authors out there who are trying to make the goal. If you live in a big city, there are write-ins that people have. I don't know with the panorama going on still if there will be live write-ins, but I know that last year there were online write-ins. So finding people that you can kind of like check in with and, you know, write with is very motivational. I met someone back in 2011 and we are still friends today. Hey Thea, I know that you're probably not watching this video, but she was literally my first writing friend. And we did Nano together and we found each other through a hashtag on Twitter. We are still friends on Facebook. It was just a really cool thing, like to meet people and write with people and keep people updated with where you were. And so I always see Nano as like my little fiscal year. I know that there are tons of videos out there already that are telling you how to plot your book, that are kind of like walking you through character development or world building, different things of that nature, like the actual structure. I don't talk about craft on my channel, and I didn't want to add more to that because there are so many amazing videos out there already. There are character sheets and prep books, and there is a lot of information available for you. But before you get started, I would like to recommend that you do know what you're going to write, because there's not going to be a lot of time for you to spend days thinking about that. Having a clear goal is going to be helpful. Even if you're not like a straight up plotter, I think having it broken down into 3 acts can be very helpful. If you are not a plotter, don't write so much detail in that 3-act structure where you feel like you've boxed yourself in. I am Switzerland when it comes to plotting versus pantsing. I've been on both sides of it in my career. As of right now, I am a hardcore plotter just because I have a co-writer, and that is absolutely necessary when you are writing a book out of order. But with all that being said, knowing what you're going to write is what you need to figure out right now if you have not. One of the main things when it comes to Nano is knowing how many days you are really going to sit down and write. It's hard when you work a full-time job, when you have family members who are ill, if you have children. There's also the holiday thrown in there, Thanksgiving. And when I signed up for Nano, I didn't think about all of that. I'm very impulsive, and so I just went for it. But if you go at it with a plan, I think that you will probably not be as stressed as I was the first time I did it. Knowing how many days realistically you're going to be able to write is number one. If you don't have 30 days and you only have 20 days, you know that you need to write more than 1,600 to 1,700 words per day. You might need to write 2,500 words when you sit down to actually write. When I worked corporate, it was hard for me to write at night. I was exhausted from working all day, especially the first 10 business days of the month. And so I used the weekends to my advantage. I would wake up early if I knew that I needed to write like 10,000 words in a day. I would get up early and I would schedule that into my life. This day from the hours of 8 to probably 8 p.m., I am going to be writing. I'm not stopping until I get my 10,000 words. I say I'm not stopping until I get my 10,000 words. If you are scheduling writing days, take breaks. It will be so good for you. What I learned is I can write for about 3 to 4 hours straight before I start getting major fatigue from just staring at the computer or for sitting for so long. I do have a stand-up desk, which is helpful, but if it's later at night, I'll be in the living room writing on the couch or the recliner or whatever the case is. And so I have to literally force myself to get up. My suggestion is to do it in chunks. And so write for 2 hours. take an hour break, wash some clothes, you know, change the sheets on your bed, go for a little walk outside, and then come back refreshed and then write for another 2 hours. I feel like when I do that, I get a lot more accomplished because I'm not forcing myself to focus for long periods of time. I also have adult ADD, which I am currently in the process of getting it taken care of, but anything will distract me, especially my phone. I've learned that if I use apps like the Forest app, which I will put a link down below for you if you don't know what I'm talking about, and also I'll put a little thing right here so y'all can see kind of how it works. So there's a thing called deep focus mode on the Forest app, and what this does is it will kill the tree that you were planting, and I don't want any dead trees on my little layout. I would rather not go to an Instagram notification than to kill my tree. And so it's very helpful for me to go, oh, well, if I do this thing, it's number one, going to distract me away from what I'm doing. But number two, it's also going to like eat my tree. So Forest app, I cannot recommend it enough. There's also another app that you can get on Mac, and I think it's called, I will put it up here. There are several of them, but it will essentially not allow you to do anything online. It will make your computer where it is a distraction-free tool. I've started turning my Wi-Fi off, which I have found very helpful because then I don't get notifications or anything like that because I do have my text messages on my laptop. So if I turn off Wi-Fi, I can't get any of that. And another thing is I have started writing in Scrivener. And so beforehand I was writing in Google Docs, which you need the internet for. But since I moved to Scrivener, I will turn my Wi-Fi off. And Scrivener is just like a standalone program. It's like a word processing application. And I know that when you win Nano, they usually give you a coupon, or there might be one back there when you sign up and you can get it for like 50% off. I have an affiliate code, but I don't know if it gets you anything. It's down below in the description. But I love Scrivener, and a lot of my friends are like, how can you love that program? It's so difficult to use. And I use it differently than I think most of the authors I know. I literally use it as a very, very basic word program, and I will put the chapters on the left hand side. I will put my outline in Scrivener, and then I will just write in dual screen mode. So I'll have my words that I'm working on the left hand side and my outline on the right hand side, and that's it. I don't have any fancy formats. I don't use it to its full capacity with all the options that it has, and I'm totally okay with that. Also like the fact that it keeps track of the words that I'm writing. I do track that on a large scale. I like to know how many words I'm writing every single month, and I do make yearly goals. Scrivener has been so helpful. Turning off my Wi-Fi has been so helpful, and using the Forest app has really stepped up my game when I'm writing. When it comes to trying to find time to write, I think that is one of the most difficult things there is because we're so busy and it's hard to make time to do something. But if you make time, then you have time. And I used to say that a lot. I live by that. I will make excuses why I can't do something, but then when I step back, I'm like, you know what? I'm just literally self-sabotaging myself right now. I need to just sit down and do it and try to focus. Making time is the hard part. You may have things that you have to do, and you may know that when I do these things, my brain is not going to be able to be creative. I am not going to be able to write 5,000 words in that day. When I worked corporate, I would use my lunch breaks to my advantage. I would bring my little laptop, which you can see it right here. It's very small. It is old. It's like a 2012 MacBook. It's not got a lot of space. It literally has like Word on it, Scrivener, and an internet application, and that's it. I would bring it with me to work, and I would go into my car during my 30-minute lunch break, and I would try to get as many words as I could. For me, I usually write between 600 and 800 words every 30 minutes. So to get 1,000 to 1,500 words during that time was monumental. If you can find little parts in your day where you can just jot down a paragraph or a few sentences, then use that to your advantage. We all have cell phones in our hands. We are attached to these things. If it's a smartphone, you've got a notes application. If you're sitting in school pickup line and you know that you're going to be sitting there for 35 minutes or whatever, get on your notes app, start typing, start writing away on your phone. You can find little just nuggets of time that you have throughout the day and write. It will make it so much easier to make these huge word goals in a day. I am not a morning writer. There are people who are like, oh, you don't have a lot of time, just wake up an extra hour early. I could never. I could never do it. It doesn't matter if I want to. I am not a morning person. I cannot be creative in the morning unless I have stayed up all night long and it's like 6 a.m. and I'm still writing. But to get up at 6 a.m. and start writing doesn't work for me. So you have to know when you're the most creative, and some people are more creative at night and other people are more creative in the morning. When you figure that out, try to schedule extra time there. I am a night writer, and during NaNoWriMo, I stayed up late several nights, and that's the only way, along with using weekends to my advantage, that I was able to accomplish that goal, because I literally had never written a book at that point in my life. I had no idea what the heck I was doing, but I was able to accomplish that goal alongside other authors who had been published for a while, so it felt really good. But I think it's all about being very greedy with your time. It's hard. I know that it's very, very hard to be like that. I just let everybody in my life know I am doing a writing competition and I have to have this time. I just need 1 hour per day for me to really focus. And if you can cut out all of the outside noise, all of the notifications on your phone, the internet on your computer, and schedule that time and be very greedy with that 1 hour per day, along with finding little nuggets of time where you're just kind of idle, where you can write on your phone, I think that you will be able to conquer NaNoWriMo. And know that once you get behind and you start skipping days or not making word count goals, it can be overwhelming. Don't let that stress you out. If you do not make 50,000 words in November, it does not mean that you're not good enough, or that you're a loser, or that you're not going to be a writer, or whatever the case is. I have a lot of self-doubt. I suffer from imposter syndrome still to this day. Stuff like that gets in my head. I would like to encourage you to just go at Nano with the mindset of, I am going to try this. I am going to meet new people. I am going to have fun and find community during the month of November, while also trying to make 50,000 words. But if the words don't matter, I think that you'll get more out of it than just, you know, finishing that book. It is a great feeling, but there's so much more that comes with NaNoWriMo than just having a completed novel. You have a little bit over a week left to prepare, to decide if you're going to do it, if you're going to be a rebel, if you're just going to write to have community, which is what I'm going to do, although I know I'm not going to make 50,000 words. NaNoWriMo is such a fun month. If you are not in my 10K group, I would like to just encourage you to come and join that. It is Write 10K in a Day on Facebook, and I do stickers for if you write 10K in a day, and also if you write 50,000 words in a month. And we do it every single month, so if you're not in there, then please come join. During Nano, it's probably gonna be like a party in there. There's gonna be a lot of people writing. So yeah, once you get all of your ducks in a row and sign up, then really all you're waiting for is for November 1st to roll around. And like I said, it's so much fun. I encourage everyone to try it at least once, not only to like write the goal, but to also meet some friends in the process. But yeah, I hope that y'all have an amazing November. Like, I will be doing some write-ins, so make sure to check the community tabs. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, what you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Do all the things the real YouTubers tell you to do. Don't forget to go and watch the NaNoWriMo video that I did last year. I still feel like it is relevant today. And to check out the playlist for all the other authors who have given you tips and tricks to conquer NaNoWriMo 2021. But anyway, that's all I have. I hope you'll have an amazing, incredible week. You accomplish all your goals and you write all the words, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye guys.